Hello. Okay, this is a bit different because I am trying out a different camera stand. I'm still filming on my phone because that's pretty much all I have to film on. But I have a tripod and I'm trying it on the tripod because I'm not entirely happy with the little clampy situation that I've got going on. Like right here, this is the clamp that I've been using and I haven't removed it yet because I haven't decided if I'm going to get rid of it. And so it's nighttime now, it's dark outside. I've got the bright work construction USB lamp. Oof. Can you see the wobbling? I have no idea why it's wobbling. I haven't touched anything. Why are you wobbling? Why is it wobbling? Did the video wobble? I don't know. I can't tell. So this is all an experiment. So this is going to be very interesting. So I've got that light over there. That's on. Hubby is in the background. Darling, say hello to Echo.
Hello, Echo.
He's not happy with me because I'm uploading something on my computer in the office and it's basically like taken over the internet and nothing works. And now he's got to like cover up in bed. Well, it's cold and it's winter. He's covered up anyway, but you know, he's grumbling because men do that. But I don't have anything in particular or exciting to talk about. So I thought I would just do lip swatches of my everyday or like my most used lip colors, which is, I don't know, a bit boring, but it is what it is. So I've got 6. They're all lip stains. So by the end of it, my lips are going to be in terrible shape, but hopefully I'm going from lightest to darkest so it wouldn't like show too much and it wouldn't sort of overtake the color as I go. But I've got my everyday pink, which is sort of like a warm pink. And then I've got a berry pink that I kind of wear when I want something that's a little more pinkier. God, that was really bad English. Pinkier. Okay. I'm wobbling again. I don't know why I'm wobbling. Why is this tripod wobbling? Is it because... Okay. Oh, I know why. Let me move that. Okay. That was my fault. I did figure that out. I have a recycling bin under my dressing table, and whenever I knock against it, it's knocking against a tripod, and that is causing the wobbling. So there you go. Live and learn. This is all a learning process. We're learning together. Yay. Anyway, so berry pink, everyday pink, and then this is my go-to everyday red. I've shown it before, I've worn it before, but I'll swatch it again. And then I've got this one from Colourpop. These are all Colourpop, and most of these are discontinued. I'm really sorry. I think Big Apple is still available, but it's more just I want to play and I just want to show you what I wear all the time. And I'm trying to embody this philosophy of wearing what I have and using what I have. So it's a bit of that. And there might be some repetition with some previous content because I think I talked about some of this in one of my makeup diary videos, but I don't remember which one. So this is Big Apple. Big Apple is a brilliant deep red, but not deep vampy red, but it's really beautiful bright red that makes me feel very glamorous. And I usually wear this if I'm going out at night for a dinner out or an evening out or something like that. And then this is my sort of even more fancy evening red, and this is the Urban Decay Vice something lip chemistry, Stay Naked Vice lip chemistry, and it is in the color 21, and it is a deep red. It's more of a blue red, so It's beautiful. I wear that when I want to be very, very fancy. And then this one's kind of like a vampy red. And I've called it a deep, rich red. And the reason why some of these don't have names and it just says everyday pink and deep, rich pink is because I had a whole bunch of Colourpop glossy lip stains. These are all glossy lip stains. And I was in the situation where my everyday red had run out. And I wanted to replace it, but I couldn't find the color. But then I had all this other stuff that I kind of wasn't wearing, kind of was wearing sometimes, but I was always defaulting back to my everyday red or my everyday pink. And I would wear my red about 80% of the time and the pink about 20% of the time. And then, oh, well, let's say the red 75% of the time, the pink 15% of the time, which gives me 10% left. And oh, I'm really bad at math. And then the other 10% was all the other colors. So I decided to do a little bit of DIY, like chemistry or makeup mixing. And I mixed up a bunch of colors. So, and I've shown this before. I'm trying to find it. There we go. I mixed up a pot of everyday red with all the other stuff that I had to give me this color. So basically I've got this much to still go into this, and I'm never running out of everyday red. I might eventually, or it might just go off and, you know, that's the end of that. But then I had some pinks and some reds and things like that, which I'm leaning over to get, and you get a good view of hubby over there. He's reading on his Kindle. And I made myself a deep, rich red, which became this one. And then the berry pink, which is probably the one I have the least of, because I didn't have a lot of pink. I don't wear a lot of pink. And then my everyday pink, which is pretty warm. And I've had some people say to me, it kind of looks red. So there you go. So I'm going to start with the everyday pink. Hopefully, I don't have anything on my lips. I can't talk and apply lipstick at the same time. I'm sorry. So there you go. This is my everyday pink. As you see, it is quite a warm pink. And I'll put that on my hand here. And that you can see the pink a little bit better on my hand. And that's my pot of refill for my everyday pink if I ever run out. And I'm going to take this off before it sets and stains too much. And they do stain, by the way. These are actually really, really good. The Colourpop Glossy Lip Stains, and I love lip stains because they're glossy, they're moisturizing, and when it wears off, it leaves a stain, and then I can just throw on a lip balm and I'm good to go. This is the berry pink, and it's quite pink. So I'm trying to do this in a way that you can actually see this. I do have other lip products, but these are my favorites, and this is what I pretty much wear all the time on a almost daily basis. And the color, that light could be washing me out a little bit too. So this is what I would call a berry pink, but it is it's pinker than this one, which was a lot warmer. This is a lot cooler. It's got more blue in it. It'd be nice if I could like put them all next to each other, but I can't because I've only got one pair of lips. And I suppose I could, you know, take screenshots and, you know, edit and put all the pictures together, but we know that's not me. And next is, oh, this is exciting. This is my everyday red. Exciting and boring at the same time. So this is the berry pink. I only have, like, this is a small pot. I mean, if you compare it to my everyday red pot. But fortunately, that berry pink, I don't wear a lot of, and I don't wear very frequently. So this will last me a while. This is the everyday red. I've gone through 2 tubes of this. This is my 3rd tube. So that just goes to show. You need to tell me if you like this angle better compared to previous videos, or if it doesn't matter, and who cares, Deanna? Just film what you like and do it however you like. Well, the only person who'll actually tell me this is Echo, because I think she's actually the only person who watches these videos. So this is my everyday red. This is what I wear if I can't decide what I want to wear, if I just want to throw something on, if I want to put together. And it's pretty much what I wear most of the time. Oh, and I should swatch it. It's a very warm red. It's almost terracotta. And this swatch really does not do it justice, because you cannot, it looks kind of sheared out on the swatch compared to what it actually looks like on my lips. That's a little bit better. But you can see it's really quite a warm, slightly orange red. And I've got a gigantor pot of it. So I'm never running out, I hope. And if I do, hopefully I will get to the point where just before I run out of it, I will get more other lip stain formulas that I like, and I'll mix up a batch of the color again, and I'll match the color exactly so that, you know, I get the color I want. Because if there is one thing I absolutely hate, is the fact that colors get discontinued all the time. And this is something that Colourpop does do a lot of. You can see my lips are starting to get stained, quite stained. And next is Big Apple. This is actually an original Colourpop color, and I actually think they still sell this. I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure. If they do, I'll link it in the description and just make a note of it. And it is beautiful. It's a little bit too bright a red for me. To wear like all the time. I don't know why, but for some reason I like the sort of slightly warmer, a little bit more of a terracotta red as opposed to this bright fire engine like apple red as an everyday color. And let me swatch that. This one has more of a blue base. I'm not sure if it's actually coming across on the on my lips on the swatch, but I can see it on my hand. And that's Big Apple. That's the everyday red. That's the berry pink. That's the everyday pink. If I were to ask hubby, he'd be like, they all look the same. It's all red. It's not. They're all different. So yes, this is the red I wear if we're going to go out at night, or if we're going to do something special, or if I just want to be extra fancy. And the lips are getting more and more stained. And this is kind of why I've been doing this progressively from lightest to darkest. And this is why I love the stains as well, because if I reapply a stain a couple of times during the day if I'm out, I will end up with a really bright, nice stain that I can just wear with lip gloss or a lip balm, and I just love that because it fades so nicely as well with the stain. You don't get like that horrible sort of wears off in the middle and crackly lips on the outside thing that you get with the matte lips. And then this is the Urban Decay one. Sadly, Urban Decay have discontinued this line. And I don't know why they did it. Maybe because it doesn't sell. For some reason, the whole lip tint, glossy lip stain, jelly lip stain thing is not so much a Western thing. It tends to be more of a Korean and Asian thing. And I find that Colourpop are really the only Western company that have consistently and still do carry that line. I was so delighted when they first came out with it. I loved when Urban Decay released this, but they discontinued this almost as quickly as they released it. Revlon have one out, but they don't have very many colors, and I'm allergic to the dye in one of the Revlon colors, so I actually cannot wear it. But you can see how red that is. Like it is a deep, it's almost, I can see that it's kind of like a blood red, but I don't know if the lighting is washing it out. I actually honestly don't know if there's much of this left in this tube. I feel like I have to be going out to a very, very fancy dinner or a very fancy event when I wear this, because this feels sort of such a deep, rich red to me. It kind of almost makes me think like this would be the Snow White kind of red. And like, you know, now you can actually see it. So it's quite like a cool blue toned red. I love it. It is very pretty. And ooh, these lips are stained all to heck. And this is the staining thing. I don't mind. I love the stained lips. Not great when I'm trying to swatch, but it is what it is. And anyway, so this final one, which is this pot here, there's a fair chunk of it actually. You can see how dark it is. This deep, deep red. She says she keeps talking about deep reds. This one's actually almost like purple based. And even on my lips, it's actually, the color is quite true because it's so dark. The stain doesn't actually impact it at all. And that's it. That is the last one. It's very red, very, very deep. It's actually really pretty. I haven't worn this much, and I have to say I quite like it. It looks a little darker on here, and it looks a little patchy. It's not... It's patchy in the viewfinder and the camera, but it doesn't look patchy in real life when I'm looking down in the mirror. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, but that could be the lighting. But you can see how, so that's my everyday pink. That's sort of that berry pink when I want to wear something a little more cool tone and really pink. This is my everyday red. This is the Big Apple red. This is the deep Urban Decay red. And then this is the one I'm wearing now. This I call it a deep rich red, but in my head I think of it as like a very vampy color. And I actually quite like it. I might leave it on. I don't know. Should I leave it on, or should I take it off and see what the stain looks like? You know what? I'm going to take it off and see what the stain underneath looks like, because that would be kind of fun too. And oh, you know what? Let's just wipe all this off so I can show you how they stain. So you see how they do all leave a stain. And you can see the different colors in the stains. This one hasn't been sitting there for too long. That's why it's not very stained yet. But if I had left that for, you know, another 5 or 10 minutes, that would have stained even more. But, you know, and that was only a couple of minutes, and it does, that's some hardcore staining there, which I do not mind at all. So normally what I do is when this wears off, or whichever one I'm wearing wears off, and say it looks like this, I need to head back into the office once this is done so I can check my uploads and make sure that that's done, and hubby can go back to doing whatever he's doing.
No, I'm in bed now.
He's in bed now, so we're done for the day. So this is the lips after I've taken it all off. And I'm just going to whack on some what do you call that stuff? Lip balm. It's just a basic Nivea lip balm. Nothing terribly fancy. But when I'm out and my lips are in this condition and the stain has worn off, and if my lips are starting to feel a little bit dry, which happens a fair bit now with menopause, oh, this is nice. I've forgotten, this is actually quite a nice lip balm. I just throw on some lip balm and I'm good to go. It stays like this until it eventually all wears off at the end of the day. And it does last a long time. So I really, really, really like lip gloss stains, lip tints, lip oil tints. There's just so many names for them, but basically what it is it goes on shiny, it goes on glossy, it's got a lot of moisture around it, so it's quite hydrating, and then it wears off into a stain. And then it stays like this until, you know, you eat an oil or whatever mixes with it and it comes off, and it eventually just wears off entirely. So yeah, that's it. That's me trying to pass some time and seeing, actually mostly playing just to see how the lighting works and how the videoing works, and just finding out that I really should not be kicking my recycling bin underneath, so that the video doesn't wobble. And I need to watch this back and see how much wobbling is going on. So anyway, Echo, if you've watched this, tell me what you think of the lighting. Tell me what you think of the angle and the position of the camera and like my face. And tell me if you notice any wobbling, because I can see my phone wobbling in front of me each time I've gone and done something ridiculous, which I should not have done, which never happened when it was sort of sitting on here. But it seems, I don't know what it is, because I haven't kicked the recycling bin, but it even feels like if I move, my camera looks like it's wobbling, or the tripod is wobbling or something. So this actually might not work. But I do kind of like the angle, and maybe it's me that's wobbling. Who knows? Right. Thank you so much. If you've made it this far with all the craziness and all the wobbling and all the light and everything, leave a lip emoji, leave a lipstick emoji. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with me while I'm experimenting with the camera and the filming and swatching my favorite lipsticks. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.